All right. Shalom. Want to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'asham Yahushai. Give double honors to the apostles of great millstone that rule well. Salutations to the men of the hopeful and sincere elect. This is Marcus from the Trinidad camp, just to do a little edification. All right. For the sincere came out here. Basically, this topic gonna be based off of brotherly love. All right. As you see the picture here, it says what? My brother is a reflection of me. If I can't fly if he is falling. All right, because the way I see it is like in being in this truth is as the scripture says a race. All right, but the race would never be complete until all the elect be sealed, until all the elect make it in the kingdom. All right, so in this sense, the way I see it is that the only way this race could be complete, the only type that gonna have a winner in this race is when all the elect cross the finish line. So therefore, we had to hold your brother's hand to cross that finish line. We had to cross the finish line at the same time. We had to help one another cross that finish line. We can't be fighting and striving against each other, envying one another, alright, backbiting, doing all these two-thirdish, if it's such a word, two-thirdish acts against one another. Because the Lord ain't about that. The Lord is about love throughout the brotherhood. The scripture said love the brotherhood. Alright? And at the end of the day, we all we got. The only thing we have in this world. Besides Lord Yahweh Shemel Shai, in this world, we have the brotherhood. So you gotta love the brotherhood and treat one another as you would treat your own flesh. Right? Bring on some scriptures here real quick. There's Ecclesiastes chapter 4, verse 9. Two are better than one because they have a good reward for their labor. For if they fall, one lift up his fellow. But woe unto him that is alone when he falleth, for he had not another to help him up. So like all those brothers who want to be lone wolves, who don't want to be around the brotherhood, guess what? When Satan start fucking with your mind, you sort of want to be around the brotherhood, around the Akim. Guess what? All them spirits gonna just be plaguing your mind, and you're just gonna evidently fall. You wouldn't have a brother there to comfort you, because we're supposed to comfort each other. All right? We're supposed to comfort each other. It's according to the scriptures. All right? And that is the purpose of the brotherhood. So that then the Lord send the disciples out 2 by 2s and 3 by 3s. So that what? Each have a helper. So we're supposed to be with brother's helper, our brother's keeper. All right? Not like Cain, who didn't want to be his brother's keeper. Verse 11. Again, if two lie together, then they have heat. But woe unto him. But how can reading things I ain't even seeing. It says, but how can one be warm alone? All right, and that what I would use to as an analogy to him that is being warm alone, in a sense of, you out there, you're on the highways and byways, and you're battling a whole set of two-thirds, a whole set of demons. Guess what? Satan gonna be coming from all angles. But then when you have somebody there to help you, you can actually control the crowd. All right, you can actually control the crowd. The pit in a day when like a brother down and out, he don't have no money, don't have nothing to eat. All right, he don't have no job, he rent due. Guess what? That would be Nicole. But another brother who is strong will be able to help that brother to take him from that coldness and bring him back to warmth. All right, that is why the Lord set up the brotherhood. Verse 12. If one prevail against him, two shall withstand him, and a three-fold cord is not easily broken. So it's showing you the Lord is always about brotherhood. All right, and we're supposed to stick together because during the hour of martial law, when everybody else going bugged out, we're gonna be each other's comfort. We're gonna just let me say, like, you end up by yourself. You're gonna be so glad to see a brother. All right, you're gonna be like David and Jonathan. The love gonna surpass the love of woman when they see that Akim that you didn't see for a while. All right, and especially in that day, you wouldn't want to be alone in that day. So appreciate the brotherhood now. Because if you want to be away from the brotherhood now, the Lord might just take you away from the brotherhood in that day and let you be alone in that day. And that cannot be a plague by itself. All right, being alone in those days. This is Romans 15:1. It says, we that are strong ought to bear the infirmities of the weak and not to please ourselves. All right. So we're supposed to bear the infirmities of the weak. When I rather see weak in his spirit, some tribulation he going through and it's starting to get his mind, we had to help him. We had to help him, comfort him through the scripture, probably some testimony, something that we went through our own affliction and how we, through the spirit of the Most High, the will that the Lord gave us to compass them afflictions, help the brother to compass them afflictions the same way. So we're supposed to be each other's feet. All right, just like if one brother, he has one foot, he has a left foot, then guess what? The brother standing on his right, his left foot will be that brother's right foot. And then it going down like that. So we helping each other stand with like a chain, and the chain is only as strong as its weakest link. And this chain cannot have a weak link. All right? This is Galatians chapter 6 verse 2. It says, bear ye one another's burden, so fulfilling the law of Mashiach. All right? For if a man think himself to be something, when he is nothing, he deceiveth himself. So you can't call yourself a brother, and then you ain't bearing one another's burden. All right? You ain't being brotherly. You're trying to supplant your brother. You're trying to cast him down. All right? Seeing him walking off the edge of a cliff, I wouldn't turn him back. You're thinking about yourself. Guess what? It have no selfishness in this truth. It's only love on fiend. All right? Perfect love. That's what the Lord looking for. Perfect love. That is why what? That is why the Lord, all of us working for that same penny. The man that came in from the first hour of the day to the man that came into the last hour of the day, working for that same penny. All right? So therefore, all envy and grudges will be cast out. All right? But because these men who have a problem with the apostles, guess what? They don't understand the scriptures. That is why they have a problem with the apostles. That is why they grudge and envy the apostles. Because they don't understand this is about brotherhood. It's about brotherly love. And that is how brothers, because your own brother, you wouldn't envy your own brother. Especially if it's an older brother, you'd actually protect your younger brother. And if it's the younger brother, you'd actually look up to your older brother. You'd want to be like your older brother. You wouldn't have no envyings. But guess what? Some men in GMS, they don't understand that. All right? Calling the same man the Lord, and they don't understand that. You're supposed to love the brotherhood. All right? Just like you love Yahweh Shai. How you can say you love Yahweh Shai and don't love the brotherhood? All right? This Philippians chapter 2 verse 4. It says, look not every man to his own things, but let every man also on the things of others. Let this mind be in you, which also was in Yahweh Shai Mashiach. Yahweh Shai Mashiach. Slakia. I know, a little tired, but Yahweh Shai Mashiach. Slakia. Alright, scripture says a man will slip from his tongue, but not from his heart. Alright? So it says what? Let that same mind be in you that was in the Lord Yahweh Shai. Yahweh Shai looked, what he said, no greater love than a man that laid on his life for his brethren. Alright? And that is the same mind we have to have, the mind of Yahweh Shai. Alright? The mind of Yahweh Shai, where we look after the brotherhood. Will the Lord tell Peter, feed my sheep 3 times, feed my flock? Mean what? Look after the brotherhood. Alright? Especially the camp leaders, we have to present the younger brothers under us to the Lord Yahweh Shai. So therefore, it's our duty to look after the flock. Alright? This is 1 Thessalonians chapter 5 verse 14. Says, now we exhort you, brethren, warn them that are unruly, comfort the feeble-minded, support the weak, and be patient towards all men. So yes, when you see a brother being weak, don't just cast him aside, don't just shun him. Alright? Be patient. Alright? Be patient towards him. Alright? And help him from that state. Help him out the rivers. Alright? Help him out the river. Don't turn your back and shun your brother, whom Yahweh Shai died for. Alright? You gotta look after the brotherhood. Because when your woman and your children will leave you, guess what? That brother wouldn't leave you. Scripture says there's a friend that's taken closer than a brother. That brother in the faith would not leave you in that day. Alright, the last scripture here. There's James 5 verse 9. It says, grudge not one against another, brethren, lest ye be condemned. Behold, the judgment standeth at the door. So you can't be grudging against your brothers. You can't be looking at your brother for what he have and find out you should have it. Or a brother reproof you and have a problem with the brother, so that turn that make you sort of shun that brother, or wherever the case might be. That can't be in you. Alright? When a brother correct you or reproof you, guess what? That is actually an act of love. That is for you to better yourself. Because guess what? At the end of the day, we gotta adorn ourselves, prepare ourselves, and be blameless at the appearing of Yahweh Shai, that we may be accepted of him. So if that brother correcting you of a fault, that is brotherly love. Because guess what? The brother could have left you and not tell you nothing, and leave you with that spot and that blemish. But he sought to remove that spot by being brotherly, to tell you about that spot. But guess what? The nigger in you don't want to hear that reproof. But that is brotherly love. So guess what? He did his part, and you hated him for doing his act of brotherly love. That is upon you. Alright, so you can't be grudging against your brother. This whole thing is about an act of love. Scripture says love fulfilleth the law. Alright? So with that is basically what I wanted to say. Alright? Hope it was edifying. I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'asham Yahushai. Give double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone that rule well. Salutations to the men of the hopeful and sincere elect. Shalom.